Namaskar friends, welcome back to Astrology with Ninad. In this video, I am going to discuss the monthly horoscope prediction for Feb 2025 for the third sign in the zodiac, which is Gemini, known as Mithun Rashi. Try to look at the prediction from both your ascendant and moon sign, as over a period of time you will know exactly which sign prediction you resonate most with. I am going to discuss several major life areas in this video, namely career, health, business, finance, marriage, travel, and much more. Before I get into the prediction part, let's take a few minutes to look at the planetary placement this month. Starting with Jupiter, it will be placed in your 12th house in the sign of Taurus. Mars will be in your first house itself in the ascendant in the sign of Gemini. Speaking of Rahu and Ketu, the north and the south node of the moon, Rahu will be placed in your 10th house in the sign of Pisces along with Venus. Ketu, the south node of the moon, will be placed in your 4th house in the sign of Virgo. Saturn, Mercury, and Sun. Saturn will be placed all month long in the ninth house in its own Mool Trikon Aquarius. Mercury and Sun for the first couple of weeks will be placed in your 8th house in the sign of Capricorn, but will eventually transit to the ninth house in the last couple of weeks and will be conjunct with Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. Finally, Moon, the fastest moving planet, will keep changing signs and houses every 2 to 3 days, so it will keep moving throughout the month. So these are the key placement and position of all the planets. Now let's talk about the areas of life, starting with the career. In terms of job and professional life, it is going to be quite an interesting month for you. Reason being, your fifth lord, Venus, will be exalted now in the 10th house along with Rahu the amplifier. And there is a Rashi Parivartan Yog between Jupiter and Venus as well. And since Venus also controls your 12th house, and it is a good planet for your sign since it is best friends with the ruler Mercury, overall there can be significant growth and progress this month, especially if you are in a very creative field. If you are in a field of arts and entertainment, beauty, fashion industry, any kind of technology related field, engineering field, especially if you are working in a foreign country or a place which is quite a distance away from your native place or from your birthplace, then you can have some exponential growth during this time period, because Rahu is an amplifier and Venus, being your fifth lord, being a very important planet for you, will be exalted. So very powerful combination in your career house is seen. And since your career lord Jupiter is in the 12th house, it is going to give tremendous success in foreign lands. So if you're looking for a job change, and if you're always desiring to work abroad, then this can be a great month for giving interviews with foreign related companies or MNCs. Now let's talk about business. In terms of business area, the time is looking to be quite strong and slowly getting beneficial, because Jupiter, your business ruler, will become direct this month at the very start itself. So now it will give you more sense of clarity, direction, and it will basically rejuvenate any lost hope. It can help you to now assess any kind of losses and re strategize your game plan moving forward. So, it is still not the best time to take any major business related financial decision or risk, or even get into new business partnerships, but it can be a good time for you to strategize and think about how you want to take your business moving forward, as Jupiter will give you the wisdom, the knowledge, and the tools required to do so. Let's talk about finance. In terms of finance, the ruler of your 11th house of gains and inflow of money, Mars, will be strongly placed in your ascendant itself all month long. So, overall, if Mars is very well placed in your natal chart, then this month can bring you naturally good gains and rewards through different sources of income. But be careful when it comes to loans. Try not to take any major loans this month. Instead, try to focus on paying off any old loans that you had taken in the past. If we talk about health, then this month overall you need to maintain a bit of caution as your sixth lord Mars, which is also quite a malefic planet, will be transiting in your ascendant itself. Although its Mool Trikon is in the 11th, it won't cause much harm unless it is not placed well in your chart, then it's a different story. But if it is for the most part well placed, it will do good because in transit, it is in the nakshatra of Jupiter, which is a beneficial and what we say a Saumya nakshatra. So its ability to cause harm will be reduced to a great extent. But still, take care of your health. Do not neglect any acute health issues. There might be some relief from chronic health issues in the last couple of weeks. If we talk about love life, then overall the love life domain will be very powerfully activated throughout this month as your fifth lord will be exalted in the 10th house. So there are chances for single people to connect with someone from their workplace, but again, be very careful of workplace interactions because Rahu is going to still be there in the 10th house. So know your workplace policies and do not get into unnecessary trouble. But basically, the position of Venus here does indicate possibly connecting with some like-minded person or a compatible person from the workplace. Maybe it could be while traveling, you know like local or domestic, international, to attend a seminar, conference, or a company sponsored event. So you could meet someone like that through the work area because Venus is in the 10th house itself along with Rahu, and Rahu co rules the ninth house of long distance travel. If I talk about those couples already married or already in a relationship, the time is also going to be strongly activated. There could be some ups and downs in the relationship area. So try to be a bit careful. Do not kind of do things behind your partner's back, or that can lead to major problems. But if you truly care about, care for your partner, then it is going to be an excellent time and you can have a lot of good memorable moments due to the exaltation of your fifth lord. If I talk about marriage area, for single people wanting to get married, now the time is slowly going to start to improve. But it is not necessarily the best time for actually getting married. So you still need to be patient. But it can be a good time to start to potentially talk to compatible people and getting good proposal and alliances which are the right ones for you can happen now as your seventh lord will become direct. So more clarity can be seen in this area. For those couples already married, traveling to foreign lands, long distance journeys, vacation with your spouse can help to resolve any kind of bitterness, issues in your marital life, and bring back the harmony, peace, love, romance, and passion that is much needed. Because you might have been facing a lot of issues till now in your married life due to Jupiter being placed 6 places away from the seventh house it rules. So, embarking on these kind of travels can help to reignite the missing spark in the married life. And Mars aspect on the seventh indicates, increase in sensuality, romance, bed pleasure activity. The intensity of the relationship can increase. So, it is better to channel it in the right direction than the wrong direction. If I talk about children and progeny area, for those women who are trying to conceive the time is now looking to be favorable for the most part, as it will be strongly activated by the fifth lord exaltation. But it will be conjunct with Rahu, so there could be still some slight hurdles and obstacles, but it will be better than the time before because now your fifth lord will be very powerful. If I talk about those people having children and the relationship with them, overall, it will be intensely activated, and for sure, you will be spending a lot of time with your children. But since it is conjunct with Rahu, try not to get any unnecessary misunderstandings in the way of your relationship. So make sure to work on any pending issues and try to get those resolved. Otherwise, it can basically affect into like a snowball effect and unnecessarily grow larger and larger, and the issues can only keep getting bigger if you do not resolve those. If I talk about education in terms of primary education, the time is looking to be quite good throughout the month, so students can perform very well. You will have good support of Jupiter now moving forward. In terms of secondary education, for those students pursuing master's PhD program, the first couple of weeks are looking really good, but the last couple of weeks can be a bit of a struggle, so plan accordingly. Finally, travel. In terms of short distance travel journey, the time in the first couple of weeks is not looking that great, so be careful with that. In the last couple of weeks, short distance travel is looking excellent. The reverse is true for long distance travel journey vacation, where the first couple of weeks are looking very good for long distance travel, while the last couple of weeks, especially the last week of Feb 2025, is not looking that good for long distance travel. So plan accordingly. I believe I covered all the areas of life for my Gemini friends, and I hope you have a nice month of Feb 2025. Thanks for watching.